first graders, happy Wednesday! Today we're going to be talking about the same thing we've been talking about for the past few weeks with tally charts and graphs and organizing information. So to go through our vocabulary today, I thought it would be fun if we watched a brain pop together. So this brain pop is going to go through all of these words, okay? So I want you to listen closely for all of our vocabulary words in this brain pop. All right, let me get it pulled up. Let's exit out of this. Okay, so we're going to have to watch it on my phone so you can hear. So when I play things on the computer, you can't really hear, okay? So ready?
Where should we go on our next class trip? The zoo, the firehouse, or the apple orchard? I'm taking a survey and making a tally chart.
So there's survey and tally chart.
What are surveys and tally charts? A survey is a list of questions used to collect information or opinions. Let's see. There are 3 dinosaurs here. Let's take a survey to find out which one our classmates like best.
So they're going to take a survey.
We can use a tally chart to record data or information. Let's see. Moby likes the Stegosaurus the best. You can draw 1 tally mark to stand for 1 vote.
We know that.
5 kids like the Triceratops. So I'll draw 5 tally marks in that row. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th mark is drawn across the other 4.
Cut across for 5.
Well, when you group the tally marks by 5s, you can count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. Sets of 5s are easier to count. 7 kids like the T-Rex. So, after I draw 5 tally marks, I can add 2 more to make 7. Oh, right. I forgot to vote. My favorite dinosaur is the Triceratops. I'll add a tally mark to that row. It's really easy to add to tally charts. Now I can count the votes and use the tally chart to make a bar graph. What is a bar graph? A bar graph is a way to organize and show data. You can write the categories on the bottom. The 3 dinosaurs are the categories. Then you can write the numbers on the side. The numbers in our bar graph show how many people voted for each dinosaur. Let's see. 1 student liked the Stegosaurus the best, so I fill in 1 square. 6 people voted for the Triceratops, so I color in 6 squares. 7 people said the T-Rex was their favorite dinosaur. You can also put the categories on the left and the numbers on the bottom. You can display the same information in a different way so you can understand it better. How can you use bar graphs to understand information? Bar graphs help you answer questions. Which dinosaur did people in our class like the best?
Which one was it?
Right, the T-Rex is the most popular. Which dinosaur did people like the least? The Stegosaurus got 5 fewer votes than the Triceratops. You can even use the bar graph to figure out the total number of students who voted. Just add the votes from each category. 14 kids voted in all. I'm almost done with the survey on where to go for our next class trip. So far, the zoo is the most popular. It has 16 votes. But I don't have your vote yet, Moby. Where do you want to go? The moon?
Where do you want to go?
I don't think the bus will get us there.
Alright. So that helped us with a lot of the vocabulary words that we've been talking about. Just got to listen to them tell us. Alright, so today we're going to do a couple more worksheets in your packet. A lot of it's going to be the how many more and how many fewer. Okay, so remember you line them up, cross out your pairs, and see how many you have left over. And then your subtraction sentence, you start with a big number, subtract the smaller number, and you get however many you have left over. Alright, so let's get started. Oh my goodness, this is not the right work. This is what we did yesterday. Let's go to today's. There we go. Alright, so you need to find this worksheet in your packet, okay? Alright, so let's start with this one together. The first question says, how many animals are in Lily's farm in all? In all means all together. That means the total. So how can we figure that out? That's right, we can count. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Perfect. If I wanted to write a number sentence for that, what would I have done? Yep, I would have done 3 plus 6 plus 4. Okay? How many fewer sheep? So we see how many fewer sheep than pigs are on the farm. So sheep than pigs. So we have 1, 2, 3, we have 4 pigs. Well, actually, let's start with sheep, because sheep come first in the question, right? How many fewer sheep than pigs? So let's start with sheep. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, and then pigs, there were 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's do our circles. 2. Uh-oh, it's not letting me write one right there. Is that going to work? No, because they're not lined up. Remember, your circles need to be lined up. So let's see. Let's redo our 3 sheep. Alright, so we have our 3 sheep, we have our 4 pigs. What am I going to do next? Cross out the pairs. How many do I have left over? 1. So there's 1 fewer sheep than pig. What kind of subtraction sentence could I write for this? We'll start with our big number, which was the 4 for pigs. And I'm going to subtract the 3 for sheep. And how many do I have left over? That's right, 1. Okay? This one says, how many more cows than sheep? Okay, so how many more cows than sheep? So let's start with cows. 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 6 cows. See if I can do my circles better this time. Okay, so we started with cows because that's the first one I see, cows. And it wants to know how many more cows than sheep. So how many sheep do I have? 3. What can I do? Cross out the circles for pairs. And how many do I have left over? 3. So I have 3 more cows than sheep. How could I have wrote that as a number sentence? Start with the bigger number for cows. 6. Take away the smaller number, which is 3. How many would I have left over? That's right, 3. Good job. Okay, let's see what's next. Alright, so this one from the packet is also asking us a couple questions. In this one, kids ordered lunch. They could order hot lunch, sandwich, or salad. So we're going to use the graph to answer the questions, fill in the blank, and write a number sentence. Okay, the first one says, how many more hot lunches were ordered than sandwiches? Okay, so let's start with hot lunches. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It wants to know hot lunches, then sandwiches, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Okay, to find out how many more people voted for the hot lunch, what do I need to do? That's right, cross out my pairs. And how many do I have left over? 1. So there's one more hot lunch order. How can I make this a subtraction sentence? So I start with your bigger number, which was 7. So 7 for hot lunch. Take away how many for sandwiches? 6. And how many did I have left over? So that equals 1. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to read the next couple to you, and I want you to try them. After I read it, you can pause the video to figure it out, okay? The next one says, how many fewer salad orders were there than hot lunch orders? Okay, so pause the video and figure it out. Alright, so there were how many fewer? What'd you get? How many fewer salad orders were there than hot lunch? Did you get 3? Good job. Alright, number 3 says, if 5 more students order hot lunch, how many hot lunch orders will there be? So you need to add 5 more to hot lunch. So if there were 5 more people that voted for hot lunch, how many would there be? Let's do this one together. So there were 7 people that had already ordered hot lunch, and how many are we going to add to it? 5. Perfect. Okay, to figure this out, we can do a picture. Draw your 7 people that already voted for hot lunch. So we had 7 people who voted for hot lunch. And how many are we going to add? Let's change our color so we know. We're going to add 5 more, right? So let's add 5 more. Can you count all these up and write the answer for me? Great. All right, let's go on, okay? This question gives us a tally chart. All right, you're going to use the table to answer the questions, fill in the blanks, and write a number sentence just like we've been doing. I can read them out for you if you'd like, okay, but you need to do them by yourself. Pause the video after each question so you can answer it. So number 4 says, how many more students liked fairy tales than science books? So how many more people liked fairy tales, which is up here, fairy tales, than science books? Okay, so write the answer and your number sentence, and then when you're done, unpause and I'll read the next one. Okay, the next one says, how many fewer students like science than poetry? So you need to do science, then poetry. Write the answer in your number sentence. Okay. Number 6. How many students picked fairy tales or science books in all? So it wants fairy books and science books together. So you need to figure out how many people voted for these 2 books, okay? Number 7. How many more students would need to pick science to have the same number as fairy tales? So this is basically asking me how many more students chose fairy tales than science books, okay? It's just a different way to word it. Number 8 says, if 5 more students show up late and pick all fairy tales, will this be the most popular? That's our bonus question, okay? If 5 more people show up late and pick fairy tales, so we have to add 5 more, will it be the most popular? You figure that out and let me know, okay? If you have any questions about today's math, let your teacher know. Have a great Wednesday. Bye.